James Carter was a 36-year-old single father living in Portland, Oregon, with his 10-year-old daughter, Emma. Ever since his wife passed away 5 years earlier, James had dedicated his life to raising Emma while working as a production manager at one of the city's largest food manufacturing companies. He believed that loyalty and hard work would always be rewarded, so he rarely took vacations and often stayed late to finish projects. Despite the long hours, he never missed Emma's school events or bedtime stories. Their life was modest but happy, and James felt confident that his steady job would provide the secure future his daughter deserved. Everything changed on a rainy Monday morning when the company's newly appointed CEO announced a major restructuring. Employees gathered nervously in the conference room as names were called one by one. To James's complete shock, he was informed that his position had been eliminated immediately. 12 years of dedication ended with a short meeting and a small severance check. Carrying a cardboard box filled with personal belongings, James walked out of the building trying to stay strong. When Emma asked why he came home so early, he smiled through the disappointment and promised her that everything would be all right, even though he had no idea what came next. Over the following weeks, James applied for dozens of jobs across Portland, but every interview ended with polite rejection. Bills continued to pile up, forcing him to sell his pickup truck and use nearly all of his savings just to keep their small home. One afternoon, while driving through an older neighborhood, he noticed a faded sign reading "Bakery for Sale." The building looked abandoned with cracked windows, peeling paint, and dusty shelves. Yet something about it reminded James of the bakery, where he used to buy fresh bread with his late wife. Instead of seeing a ruined business, he saw an opportunity to begin again. Using the last of his savings along with a small community business loan, James purchased the neglected bakery. Every morning before sunrise, he cleaned floors, repaired old ovens, painted walls, and experimented with family bread recipes that his grandmother had once taught him. Emma happily helped after school by arranging pastries, decorating cupcakes, and welcoming customers with her cheerful smile. Word slowly spread throughout Portland about the little bakery that served delicious, homemade bread with genuine kindness. Within a few months, loyal customers lined up every morning, proving that determination and honest work could breathe life back into forgotten dreams. One bright Saturday morning, the bakery was busier than ever when a sleek, black luxury SUV stopped outside the front entrance. A sharply dressed businessman stepped out, followed by two assistants drawing curious looks from everyone nearby. James looked toward the door and instantly froze. Walking into the bakery was the same CEO, who had fired him without a second thought months earlier. Their eyes met across the room and silence filled the bakery. The CEO slowly smiled and asked if they could speak privately. James had no idea that this unexpected visit would reveal a truth capable of changing both their lives forever. James invited the CEO into a quiet corner of the bakery while Emma continued serving customers with a friendly smile. The man introduced himself with unexpected humility and admitted that he had come for more than just fresh bread. After leaving the company, he had heard countless people praising James's bakery and the positive impact it had on the neighborhood. Curious, he decided to see it for himself. Looking around at the crowded tables and smiling families, the CEO confessed that firing James had been the biggest mistake of his career. He admitted he had relied only on financial reports, instead of recognizing the value of loyal, hardworking people. The CEO explained that after James left, the company's production quality declined and employee morale collapsed. Experienced workers resigned, customers complained, and profits fell sharply. During an internal review, executives repeatedly mentioned James's leadership, honesty, and ability to inspire others. The CEO realized too late that he had dismissed the very person who had quietly held the operation together for years. Standing inside the warm bakery filled with the smell of fresh bread, he apologized sincerely for the pain his decision had caused. James listened respectfully, appreciating the apology, but knowing that his life had already taken a completely different direction. After a long conversation, the CEO surprised James with an extraordinary proposal. Instead of asking him to return as an employee, he offered to make Carter's Bakery the exclusive supplier of artisan bread and pastries for every company cafeteria and corporate event across Oregon. The contract would guarantee steady, income for years while allowing James to remain the owner of his own business. James looked at Emma, who smiled proudly from behind the counter, and realized this opportunity would allow them to secure their future. Without sacrificing the dream they had built together, he accepted the partnership with gratitude, but insisted that every agreement be based on fairness and mutual respect. Over the following months, Carter's bakery expanded faster than anyone had imagined. James hired unemployed workers from the local community, trained young apprentices, and created flexible schedules for single parents who struggled to balance work and family. Emma proudly welcomed customers every afternoon after school and became the bakery's happiest ambassador. The business earned a reputation, not only for exceptional bread, but also for treating employees with dignity and compassion. Local newspapers celebrated James's inspiring journey from losing everything to building one of Portland's most beloved small businesses, proving that setbacks often become the foundation for greater success. 1 year later, the bakery celebrated its anniversary, with hundreds of loyal customers gathered outside. The CEO returned, not as a powerful executive, but as a respected business partner and friend. During the celebration, he publicly thanked James for teaching him that leadership was about valuing people, not simply maximizing profits. James looked around at his thriving bakery, his dedicated employees, and Emma laughing with customers, realizing that losing his job had led him to discover his true purpose. As father and daughter cut the anniversary cake together, James smiled with quiet gratitude, knowing that sometimes life's greatest opportunities arrive only after its greatest disappointments.